7 September 2023, Thursday, MAO with Cal. US crude is the big elephant in the inflation room, and there's a very high chance we can see the $92 per barrel coming in by this year. Now, I've been saying this for the longest of time, and remember, I've been saying this trade with the boys, and indeed, this is happening right now, because if you don't take this hint, you're probably going to see the gasoline oil that you've been pumping to your car is going to go higher and higher, all right? Disclaimer apply as usual. Thank you, Ames, for the kind sponsorship. Now, this morning, I pumped my tank and I saw my bill. Oh my goodness, $125. Now, do note, it was just 3 weeks ago, it was 118, and I was just lamenting to my wife. So my wife was telling me, what can you do with it? I said, oh, luckily I hedged the oil. Yes, I've been telling people to take position on the oil side to go long in it, and I'm glad that we've done that. Because remember, 2 months ago, I already warned you that I'm bullish on the oil market, remember, for the fourth quarter, and it's really happening. Now, 2 months ago, the crude oil was at $70 per barrel, and now we're at $86. That's $16. This is really, really climbing. And the most important thing is this could go only higher. In fact, it's all right. You can see Straits Time just confirmed that palm oil continue to rise with 95 octane hitting to $3 per liter, and it's going to probably go higher, right? So the thing is this, just 2 weeks ago, it has risen by 4 to 7 cents a liter, all right? And diesel went up by from 8 to 16 cents. Now, this is not a good sign. And in fact, this is just what happened just 1 month ago. And in fact, we look at comparison to all the different petrol kiosks. You can see that, look at it. My goodness, all the petrol company, look at it. It has really went up. And I can tell you this, guys, this can go only higher. And in fact, it's all right. Many people back then was saying that the crude oil will not affect anything. No, it will affect a lot of things. That's the reason why you can see that the bond yield is going up. And remember this 2 weeks ago, I was telling you the bond yield itself will going up, and it's happening right now because people are really looking at the potential of more interest rate coming in. So if oil goes up, then inflation stays, then definitely interest rate had to follow through. Now, of course, September is Wall Street expecting there'll be no rate hike, but I kind of believe that there will be one, a 25 basis point. And in fact, it's all right. People are pricing in there'll be another one in November. To me, November is a confirmation. Remember that. And that's the reason why when people were saying that dollar is doomed, I say, no, the dollar will go up. And you can see right now, the dollar really went up. So if the dollar is going up right now, so what will happen next? Now, by right itself, dollar going up, it will usually bring down the US crude oil. But instead, now both of them going up at the same time. So something is wrong here itself. No, well, because the interest rate environment is going to push the dollar higher, and I believe that this is going to go much higher. It's going to hit probably around 106 level, yeah, 106 level by the end of this year, because of the inflation issue round. In fact, if this is going to continue, right, what will happen? You can see right now, many people are expecting that there'll be no rate hike in September, right? And most are looking at a rate hike by the end of in November. But remember this, Jerome Powell already said back then in August, there should be 2 or more Federal Reserve interest rate hike by the end of the year. So you look at it as well, right? So if you look at it, we have only 3 more to go, September, November, December. So unless you're expecting the November and December to rate hike, but that will dampen the mood. So I cannot believe that it's September and November that could be rate hike. And in fact, it's all right. If you look at this word 2 or more times, then probably it's 25, 25, 25. What do you think? Let me know in the comment box. So now, if the crude oil continue to go higher itself, right, what will happen? Now, based on the chart here, you can see that when the crude oil goes up itself, right, the dollar actually goes up together. In fact, the dollar comes down, the crude oil actually came off. So if you look at it, if crude oil breaks above the $88 level, we could see going to the 92, 93 level, and that accompanied with the strong US dollar. So with that continue, the question is this, what if the US dollar start to come down? What will happen? Now, some people will say that, oh, if the US dollar come down, does it mean that the crude oil come down? Well, history has proven that there are times whereby the US dollar came up, the crude oil goes higher, because remember this, US dollar is transacted in, the crude oil is transacted in US dollar. So it is very possible that the dollar, if the US dollar comes off, the crude oil can go even crazier price. So the thing is this, if you listen to what Jim Cramer said in June, don't bite on the oil going higher. It will just be another head fake, as Russia has transactional friendship with China, India. Now, June, where was June? June was somewhere around here where the crude was at $70. Now, Jim Cramer, what do you have to say? As always, yeah. So now we can see that everywhere now, everyone is covering that crude oil can go higher because Saudi and Russia extended the supply cut. Now, this is not a good sign because they are extending now the supply cut to another year. So which means that oil will continue to go higher very, very soon. And this is crazy because that affects a lot of things. Like yesterday, the ISM non-manufacturing PNI has went up from 52.5 as forecast to 54.5. Now, this is a very important indicator of the overall economic condition for the non-manufacturing sector. So by right itself, right, when this cost increases, that is not a good sign. Now, of course, people say that means that the economy is going well. Well, you can say that, but the thing is this, what Jerome Powell and friends want to cool down the economy, not going to bring it up. So, of course, the thing is this, if those who are positive will say that, oh, because now that means that the stock market will do well. Well, let's put it this way. If the crude oil continue to go higher, inflation going to go higher, that means definitely is all right. We will have some issue with interest rate. And if interest rate continue to hike, then of course you have a slow of this bankruptcy coming in, banks will go down and stuff like that. But this one will leave it the next MAO. So how do we trade to make money from the crude oil, right? That is way to do that. Let me take a look. So once you have my indicator called KCX, you can see that once it turns green color, that is where the market is near bottom. So every time you see it turns green color, it's time to look for bottom. Every time you see green color, look out for bottom. Now, it's not the most perfect indicator. Like this one here is out, there's no green color. So we did not catch this bottom, but we know that the boys were buying. Now, recently it's all right. When crude oil went all the way to $83 and it came back down, several students asked me, Cal, at $78, is it time to buy some crude oil? And I said, yes, indeed. This is a good time to buy some crude oil. So the KCX was there. Can you see that? Voila. And that's whereby we know that this time to buy some crude oil. We've been buying some crude oil around this area and bang, crude oil went up. So the thing is this, it's not difficult to follow the boys because we always believe if you trade with the boys, that is how you make money from the market. And of course, where's the long-term view? Well, my long-term view is simple. We have a very strong resistance at 92.65. Hence, therefore, I cannot believe that the market is going to go for that particular level. Yeah, 92.65 area. So to make it a little bit easier for you to remember, just remember this right now. Crude oil is trading about $87 per barrel. And I believe 92 per barrel, it is coming in because everything right now, by boys indicator, are all calling for buy. So of course, there will be periodic pullback. Who knows, Biden and friends may try some way to bring it down. But of course, again, to me itself, the ultimate target itself is still $92 per barrel. And of course, you can see right now, there are a lot more coverage on this because of all the supply issue, and we're coming to the end of the year, which usually the crude oil price will go higher, right? So all these comes together. But the main driver is this. Earlier this summer, right, US said that they will start to refill the SPR, right? But the thing is this, by 2nd August, they delayed it and said it's market condition, make it too expensive. And then now the crude oil price goes higher. I covered this in the last, the previous MAO, and I said that it is because the Saudi is not going to give face to the Americans. And right now, the question is this, if Biden administration is still not going to stockpile their SPR, which this is the latest data, is still at the low end, the question is this, if the moment they have forced to do that, what will happen to the crude oil price? It will just fly it up. So to me, it's all right. When JP Morgan says that there will be a recession by end of the year, I cannot believe this because I also been saying this for some time. But recently, Goldman Sachs came in and said that there will be a lesser chance to have a recession. That is something shocking. Now, of course, we all know how Goldman Sachs played this game. This is the same thing that what happened in 07, 08 when they say that things is okay, but wow, look at it. So all I can say is right now, right, is a fight between the big boys. But to me, it's most important is a price action. And the thing is this, look at the commodities level right now. This is the commodity prices divided by the Dow Jones average. And you can see right now, we are now at the low end, like 1970s. And if let's say the US Federal Reserve really need to cut interest rate next year because they have to save the day, this will pump commodity prices through the sky. And if that really happen, it's not going to be because that the world economy is recovering by become a dollar weakness bull, which means that because of the dollar, it causes the commodity prices to go up, and that will definitely send inflation through the roof. That's the reason why I believe that there'll be a second wave inflation coming in. And I've been telling people this, your chicken rice, your wonton mee will go up again in the near term, right? So mark my word, this is going to happen. So like, subscribe, and share my video. Thank you very much. Take care and have a nice day. This is Cal signing off. Bye-bye.